Portland, Oregon for a Western Conference contest with the Trailblazers. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And this is a one-and-done trip for Dallas before going back to their Mavericks fans.
Yeah, and Kevin, things are starting to get a little bit out of control for him. This losing streak is starting to become an embarrassment, and it's only going to get worse if things don't change.
Boy, there's a subtle but real physicality and aggressiveness to Doncic's approach to the game, and that's part of his greatness.
Now, here's Lillard. With his average of more than 32 points a game, he's giving opponents nightmares with his firepower. Shot clock at 6.
That is not possible. What we just... Is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
He's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off.
And you look at the young talent the Blazers have, a nice young core group that can grow. Simon's the big name from that group.
And it's Lillard missing.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all. And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
A three-pointer is right on target. And Simons and Little Greg, a pair of names Portland fans are definitely excited about.
And they've shown that they can be valuable players. Portland got a lot younger with the trades they made last year. Now they have to have that youth develop.
Now Simons. 5 points in the game. Grant outside. Takes the three. High post, Nurkic. And that's a foul called on Josh Green. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's Simons. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. And finished off by Nurkic.
You can't allow Nurkic to get that kind of position. When you do, he is going to rattle that rim.
And the call will be against Anthony Simons. That is his first foul of the game. And a wide open look for Irving. Off target from outside. And here's Lillard. He brings it up to the Portland Trailblazers. And this is the first time they've matched up with the Mavericks this year. Off target with his three. The Mavericks trailing.
And Kyrie Irving, a Picasso with the ball in his hands. And like a lot of genius-level creators, he marches to the beat of his own drum.
Now Grant, after Luka Doncic's three-pointer that didn't go. Thibault on the wing. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, Jason Kidd and I talked a few minutes ago. He's confident in their ability to win the battle of the low post. That's where he'd like to see most of the action take place. Kevin, I think we can expect them to pound the ball down low every chance they get. Let their big men go to work.
All right, thank you, David. And you know, Greg, Kyrie sometimes is just a tough guy to figure out.
And the danger is pulling too much in your own direction. Even he confessed regrets about in Cleveland withdrawing from teammates and isolating himself. All part of growth.
Here's Sharp following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Reddish with the ball. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Stolen by Bullock. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball.
When you play with Luka now, Doncic, he's ready to find you if you're open, so you've got to be ready to receive.
And And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
Jump ball.
Pass to Irving. Banked in off the glass. Irving's got 7.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now, here's Reddish. That one's off. Still out of sync. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Here's Doncic. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Doncic has got his 2nd bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Doncic with the steal. The Mavericks shooting their 2nd and 3rd shots at the line right here.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
8 seconds left here in the 1st quarter. Lillard scanning the floor.
Tell you what, like with most players, when Doncic is aggressive on defense, it makes a difference and causes his coaches to smile.
And so it's the Dallas.
17. Stand your Trailblazers youth dance team.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the 1st half in this one. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Mavericks.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
You know, points off turnovers is something else they've excelled in. I expect the opponent at least to try to squeeze that orange a little better.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them. And you look at the loyalty Lillard has shown, stuck with the Blazers through thick and thin. It's why he is beloved in Portland.
And at some point, Greg, you wonder if Lillard is the greatest Blazer of all time.
Listen, he's in the conversation. You'd have to include Walton Drexler up there. But Lillard's resume in Portland has a strong argument.
Now here's Lillard. It's good.
Well, the ability to knife inside and convert, Lillard is fearless when it comes to attacking the basket.
Pass to Powell. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
First team foul.
Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Lillard outside. Nurkic trying to get open. And Lillard gets it to go. Lillard's got 6.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Outside Irving. Launches a 3. No good that time. Now Portland takes it the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
Yeah, they had no answer for it. They simply got outplayed and outworked.
Nurkic with the block.
And that 7'2" wingspan for Nurkic, he can just gobble up shots. He knocks that one away with authority.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much. Now, from the step back to his attacking style, some have compared Luka Doncic to the Bear, James Harden. There are some similarities, Harden said. Being able to dictate and control the game like he does, he never lets anyone speed him up, and he gets what he wants. Back to you, Kevin.
He always has. They're both pretty fun to watch. David, thank you. When you think of half-court offenses in general, Greg, how critical is ball and player movement to a team's success?
Kevin, unless you have incredible isolation scores, it's essential. Even then, keeping the defense rotating and reacting is the best way to create open looks and offensive rebound opportunities.
Passed a little. Out to the right wing. Here's Simons. 4 on the clock. And that one is hammered home.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
2 minutes remaining.
And here is Simon, following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. Here's Sharp. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And the question for the Mavs is simple. How do you best build around Luka Doncic? They'll try to answer that in the coming years.
Anthony Simons.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
So both teams making some changes here. For Dallas, they have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
Luka Doncic is a do-it-all player. I mean, he does everything for this team, including being a walking triple-double threat on a game-by-game basis.
Here's Simons. Can't connect from 14 feet out. And Greg, it just seems for the Mavs, it's all about finding the right fit for the role player.
And that's why this team was willing to move on from Porzingis. Going forward, you could see them look a lot like the Harden era Rockets.
And it's McGee slamming it down.
I think McGee's been working on that one. I mean, you don't just come up with that off the top of your head, boy. You got to think that one through.
Three-pointer, Simon. Not happening that time. His second miss and 5 shots.
Luka Doncic.